It's so like my direction is off.
All
I should go this way.
right, guys. Welcome to Doll's Diaries. It's been a while. It's been a hot mess over here, but we're back. Special midweek episode schedule drop, and Shannon, the one and only Fin Mom, decided to pop on and join me. So, Shannon, how are you?
I'm doing great, doll. Hey, everybody. Fins up, go fins.
I don't like open.
I'm still so used to saying fins up, but I love fins the F up is my favorite. I wish that was the real logo.
I would have embraced that 100%.
Yeah.
As well. Go Fins just doesn't have the same ring to it. It's like fins up.
Right. Right.
So today's a big day for, there's people here who are obsessed with the schedule drop.
Of course.
Are you a big schedule drop fanatic, or is it just?
I am actually. I may not express it. Only because I've been so busy today working. It's mid-month, and I do invoicing for our company. So it was a super busy day from sunup to it'll be till sundown. But yeah, no, I'm really excited about it. In fact, I just got off the phone with Nick a few minutes ago, and we were talking about it because I'm really excited to start planning my trips.
That's what I was going to ask you is as you have a different insight than us fans, I feel like, because, it's how do the players, I guess, like when your son's a player, is it different? Like, do they have to reserve them ahead of time? Is it kind of just like they each get it before? How does that work?
Yeah, I can tell you how that works. Each one of them get two comp tickets for every game. And those tickets are usually down in the section, right? I think it's 102 or something, excuse me, right down by the tunnel where they come out. And a lot of the families are sitting there. So 2 tickets, and then any additional tickets that we need, I let Nick know in advance, or I've got to contact in player personnel if it's a larger group, and we can get a family discounted rate, which is always fun. Because a lot of my family likes to travel with me too, or friends. So, and especially, we won't have to travel, but especially for the game against the Rams at SoFi, we're going to have another party bus, which will hold 40 people for his number 40. So we did that last year. It was an absolute blast.
Bring Planty, Leslie. Yeah. That's her game.
Okay. Very cool.
Make sure you got to get with her for that one.
Yeah,
she
for
lives
sure.
There. She's in Cali and she goes to that game. So
it's a blast.
So how many games are you planning to go to this year? Do you try to get to them all?
Well, last season I made it to 16 of the 17 games. I missed one game because it was my birthday weekend. It was the day after Thanksgiving, I think. That was my birthday weekend, and I knew that we weren't going to be celebrating Thanksgiving together. So I did a little, me weekend out in the desert, and I did a spa weekend. But I still watched the game from a sports bar. It was super fun with some friends, and but yeah, I only missed that game. Even made it out to Germany, and that was cool. So yeah, I got to see all the different stadiums, and made my cookies when I could. Most of the times I just make the cookies for the home games. And the guys have kind of come to expect them for their night before the game. It's their meetings. And I remember a couple of times I was like, Nick, I don't think I'm going to make cookies this time over the holidays. And I was just tired. And he said, Mom, you have to make them. Like everybody wants them. Everybody's going to expect them. So I try to make quite a few batches of chocolate chip cookies and send those with Nick. And he says that they just crush them at the meetings. So it's fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
So speaking of the schedule, it dropped thanks to Terry.
Okay.
And, all right. So we'll get into it a little bit. Week 1, we are Jaguars. Week 2, week 2, Bills.
Is that away or home?
Home. These are both home. So we're start off with Jaguars, home Bills. Week 3 at Seahawks.
Okay.
Week 4, home versus Titans.
Okay.
5, we are in New England.
Ugh.
Week 6 bye. So we do have an early bye. I think that's pretty early in the season.
That's super early. That's
I don't like that. I don't know how you feel about it. I feel like I'd rather like a mid to later bye to like rest up. I feel like that's when the injuries pile up.
I think the first part of the season, it's nice to get that momentum going. And once you get that momentum, and I have a feeling we're going to win a lot of those games. So to have kind of a winning streak going and then to have it stop with a bye. But, you know, it is a week for the guys to rest. So maybe it'll just energize them for the second half of the season. So let's
hope so.
All right,
so let's see. So then we have at Indianapolis, home versus the Cardinals, at Buffalo. Week 10, so November 11th is where you're going to do the Rams. So that's and that's an 8:15. That's a night game.
Oh, fun. Super fun.
That'll be a nice night game for you. Then it's going to be home versus the Raiders, home versus the Patriots. Then it's at Green Bay. That is the Thanksgiving game.
Wait, did you say home versus the Raiders? Didn't we played them home last year? That's weird.
We're playing them again. It says versus Raiders. So November 17th.
Okay.
At Green Bay, week 14, home or home versus the Jets, which I hate. I'll get to that in a minute. 15 is at the Houston.
Okay.
Then we are home versus the 49ers with, my future ex-husband.
Of course.
We all know how I feel about Bosa.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Well, if you see him at that game, by the way, just slip him my number.
Okay.
Really,
his DMs.
I asked him to come on Doll's Diaries. Not that he'll ever see this, but last year when the Niners and the Eagles were playing, I was like, I'd love for you to come on because I'm in Philly. Obviously, he never saw it, but
you never know.
I tried. Xavier Howard, by the way, I'm all over his DMs. I have been trying to get him on Doll's Diaries for like 4 months.
Yeah.
I think it's to the point where I can't DM him anymore. I've reached the quota. I was like, Xavier, you'll never find a nicer podcast to you. But our love is coming to an end there.
He's a really good guy.
Listen, I'm the biggest Xavier fan, at least until June 1st.
Okay.
Then I have to accept that it's over. Okay, so then we finish up. We're at the Browns, the 29th. And then week 18 versus the Jets, which is MetLife TakeOver, which is the one game I was guaranteed to be at that I will now have to do in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm not going to be here and be like, Tua can't play in the cold. This is a me personal thing, is I don't want to be in the stands bundled up in the freezing cold.
Yeah.
But now I have to.
You'll get through it.
I'll get through it. So they're their schedule.
Wow. Awesome.
I like that we don't seem to have like large streaks of away or home. Like I feel like it's really divvied up well with like
mixed up. Yeah.
Mixed up. All right. How are you feeling about the schedule?
Oh, it sounds great to me. I just am, mentally thinking about all my frequent flyer miles and how I'm going to get to and fro and I'm going to coordinate it with my work. I do have a flexible job, so they know that on Fridays and Mondays I am not available live. But I'm going to make it work. I can't wait.
Are you able to work remotely?
I can work remotely. Okay. Yeah. In fact, it's interesting. It looks like my job is expanding and they might be expanding into Miami. So they might have me transfer there, which would be pretty cool. So we'll see. A lot can happen between now and the season starts. So
what's your goal? Is your goal to get to every game?
Yes and no. One thing I did miss out on last year is going to games with my dad and sharing that experience with my dad. My dad can't travel anymore because of his health. So he'll go to the game he'll be going with us to the Rams game, which is awesome. But back in the day, he and I would just sit in front of the TV and have a whole day of football. And we've been doing that for years. So I want to reserve a couple of weekends, a couple of Sundays to stay home and spend that with him.
I love that. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Well, you should pencil in. You should come to the MetLife Takeover, and you can come in the stands and freeze with me.
I would do it. It
I would
sounds
love
like a
to finally
blast.
meet you. Yeah, I'd love to finally meet you.
Consider it done. I would love to. I missed it last year. I think it was last year or the year before.
Yeah, you got to come. I would love to meet up with you.
Cool.
How does everybody in the chat feel? So you're not all right. Hooked Up Joe's not happy with the bye week either. Yeah, I don't love it. I am, but you know what? We don't get control over it. But yeah, I would like that the players have less of a large stretch towards the end, just for health.
Yeah.
And their bodies. Yeah, 2 short weeks. Yep. That's okay though, but we don't have any international games, which I think is good.
Yeah.
At least for their bodies and jet lag and that.
It takes a lot out of you. Although I had a blast going to Frankfurt. I had never been to Europe before, so that was a total treat. So I made a little vacation out of it. It was a lot of fun.
You got to make the best of it. Yeah. I agree with that. I'm trying to put this back and let's see what more we have. Okay. So I can tell you, I feel like we always have a game on Thanksgiving. Or maybe that's just me. So we'll be eating Thanksgiving dinner early, as we normally do, because 8:00. So it's fun. I come from a Steelers family, so they're playing on Christmas, and my team is now playing on Thanksgiving, which means that the holidays at my house are going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Yeah,
that's the one at Lambeau, right? On Thanksgiving? Yeah.
That's the one at Lambeau. And then the Steelers are playing the Chiefs on Christmas.
Okay.
So that's going to be a big one for that side of my family. So it's going to be interesting here because they'll all watch it here because I host the holidays at my house.
Awesome.
So it's just going to be, which is fun. I think it's fun. It's memories. And then usually for Thanksgiving, I drink all day. And then by the time the Dolphins play, I'm a little drunk. And it makes it funnier because I'm like screaming at the TV, and then they're in the background, the peanut gallery. They would be like, George Pickens would have made that catch. Oh, and I'm just like, then we're having debates over like they think I'm like Tyreek Hill's so much better than George Pickens. What? Tyreek Hill could never our little side chats.
For sure. That's always fun. Yeah. I'm usually the loudest one in my neighborhood. I've had neighbors come out and say that they could hear me from down the street, even last couple of years when I wasn't traveling. They said, my God, what's happening at that house? We can hear you from like a quarter mile away, but I get pretty excited during the games. Cheering. Oh my God.
I bet. I'm like that for my kids for their high school and their Pop Warner game. I'm the loudest.
Oh, yeah.
The other sideline, hears me. I got in trouble because I was calling out the plays that I could tell what was going to happen. And the other team was getting mad. And I was just like, I'm not doing anything wrong. But, because I'm loud and I scream. And I made it my mission for my son who's in high school. Like, they have the bleachers, like the whole thing. I was like, my goal is for you to hear me over that band.
Absolutely.
It was like, please don't come.
To me, it's my motto is if you don't lose your voice at the game, you were never there.
Right.
I have to lose my voice at that game. In fact, my doctors have been telling me you got to knock that off because I think I've damaged a few of my vocal cords, and it's just from screaming at football games.
Listen, if I don't walk into the stadium and people don't groan a little bit, like, damn it, she's here, and sit away from me, I'm not being a good mom.
There you go.
Let's see. Hey, Blue, look, Blue's here. Christina.
Hi, Blue.
Thanks for joining. I'm always going to call her Blue. I don't know. I don't know why. Just Blue suits her so well.
Well, and I call you Doll, so I call all you guys by your tag names.
I go by Doll. It's just easier, I think, just because that's, I guess, the online persona. I don't know. Do I have 2 personalities? Probably. Yeah, I call you Shan, but we could call you Finn Mom.
Still Finn Mom Shan. I've been called many worse things. Trust me. But hi, Christina.
I know. Thanks for popping in. So, are you by any chance watching, and this is totally off track, hockey? Do you follow the Florida Panthers at all?
No, I've been watching some highlights, and I see all the excitement of all of you who are following, and people are at the games and whatnot. I think that's super cool, exciting. I grew up watching hockey. My dad was a hockey player, and my parents are from Michigan, so it was a really big thing when they were younger. But I just kind of got away from it when I started watching football. So no, I haven't been following. I know aren't they doing well? Are they still in it?
Listen, I don't follow hockey either, but once the Heat got out of the playoffs and that was over, people were hounding me and were like, the Florida Panthers are still in it. And I always see Jalen Ramsey seems to love going to the games. Yeah. He's there. Mozart was there last night.
He was there last night. I saw him beat the drum, so that was cute. That was
cool.
So
I was like, all right, well, if our guys are there, then I gotta watch for sightings. I watch it. I don't know what's going on half the time. I don't know why they're booing. I don't know the penalties. I know the basic concept of hockey, but I don't know, but you know what? It's live action. And my youngest one calls the goalie a monster. And I think listening to him narrate what he thinks is going on is quite entertaining.
That's cool.
So I've just been watching it, but it's fun to see another Florida team, hopefully beat a Boston team. And
doing so well. They're doing great. From what I could see, they're doing great. So I think they're still in it.
It's 3-2. They just need to win one more. So,
okay.
I mean, knock on wood. But I just like to see all the guys out there supporting the other local teams. I think that's
absolutely, that's very cool.
I didn't realize I don't know if Jalen Ramsey's just there for fun or if he's a big hockey guy.
That I don't know. I'm not sure.
Has Nick gone to any of these games?
I think he's been to one or two, but he has just been so busy since he got back to Miami, because he was here off season and then getting back to Miami. He's been in the middle of a move. Well, we were in the middle of a move.
I'm not sure you did a lot more than he did. I'm just going to put that out.
Yeah, it's okay. It all worked out. I did a lot of packing for 3 or 4 days. But yeah, he was in the middle of a move. He did all of that and just getting settled in his new place. So I don't know that he's had a whole lot of time, but I know he follows it. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think it's great. I'm really excited. I want to know what games everybody's excited to go to. I'm trying to plan a trip to Miami. I don't know if it'll happen. I don't know if it'll happen. I'm trying, but
oh my gosh, have you ever been
to Hard Rock? I haven't been to Hard Rock since it's been renovated.
It is I did a podcast the other day. It is my favorite stadium out of all the stadiums I go to. For many reasons. There are other stadiums I love. I love SoFi. It's incredible. And the Allegiant Stadium in Vegas is pretty cool. But there's something about Hard Rock Stadium. I think it's just the vibe, the colors of the aqua and in the seats and just all the people that work there are so nice. It's clean. It's newer, renovated. It just has a really great vibe. I love going to Hard Rock.
I want to go so bad, but because I go the link, it's the link. MetLife is a shithole. I'll stand by that till I die.
I can't wait to go then.
Is that the game you missed?
I think it is. Didn't they play on day after Thanksgiving last year? Yeah,
I think that was the game I missed. Yeah, it's my local stadium that I usually go to. It's old.
So are the Patriots. Gillette Stadium is horrible.
It's a bunch of Jersey New Yorkers working it, so they're not friendly. But it's just, it's fine. I just like to call it a shithole. The last time I went, my dad got food poisoning. And then there's the turf, the infamous turf.
Yeah, they need to fix that.
At least it's the last game of the season, so a great redemption for Jalen Phillips.
I want to go because I want to see Aaron Rodgers. I'm a huge Aaron Rodgers fan.
I can't wait to watch him on the bench injured again too.
I don't know that he's going to be on the bench. We'll see. I just think he's a very interesting young man, and I
such a crush on him. I'll be honest.
What's that?
Peak Aaron Rodgers. I had a crush on him.
Oh, I think he's adorable. His personality is, I mean, I'm not a cougar or anything, Jesus, but he's a good looking guy, but I think he's a super smart guy. I love people that have critical thinking skills and don't just go with the norm on everything, that do the research and look into things. So
Now,
I kind of get him.
Can Nick try to like finagle for his mom, like to meet
No,
Aaron
no.
Rodgers?
Even if he could, he absolutely would not.
What, Nick? We're gonna start.
Nick is the most low key player out there. Doesn't want any spotlight. Doesn't want me to have any spotlight. I totally get that. He wants to fly so low under the radar and just talk.
Like maybe like just like a meet and greet before
Yeah, he won't do it. He's like, Mom, you know what? These are all professionals here, and I'm a professional, and I want to act like one. This is not a, So I get that. So I'm not an autograph seeker. I do get starstruck when I'm standing by.
Well, what I hear is that me and you are going to be in the stands, and I'm going to be making sure that you get.
Okay, we can work that out.
From here.
That's a completely different arrangement.
The last time I went, oh my God, this is bad. You weren't allowed to bring signs, but my ass snuck a sign in. Yeah. I got in a lot of trouble. My dad went with me. He yelled at me. Mark Sanchez was the quarterback, and the sign referenced to Dirty Sanchez.
Oh my God.
I put lights on that bitch, and I had it rolled up, and I like stuffed it in my shirt as we like went through with the hoodie, and then I was holding that up like.
So great.
I pissed off the entire section around us.
Oh my God, Mark Sanchez, that's a blast. He's from my area.
Is he?
He went to school down here from Orange County. Yeah.
I don't know what is he. I don't think he was an analyst. Maybe he's not anymore. I thought he was doing some things.
I saw him doing some type of on air analysis, but
they all do.
Yeah.
But no, I think that'd be fun. I'll definitely try to get you. Listen, if I was going to go to any game, it would probably going to be the home game with Nick Bosa there because Nick might have to bail me out of jail.
Okay.
No. If anything, it would just be the restraining order that Nick Bosa puts on me. Fun fact, Nick Bosa's girlfriend actually is from my area.
Oh. Okay.
Or like, roundabouts. So I just got to break them up in the next 8 months.
Good luck with that.
No, but I do want to go. The only problem is, and I have kids, and going anywhere without the children is not easy. Because I have 3 kids, I have a cat, I have a dog, I have a house.
Got to make arrangements. Yeah, so, you'll have to plan in advance.
But all 3 of my boys play football. So the fall for me is I have football 7 days a week.
I hear you. Been there. Get
it. So they guilt me into like, don't miss one of their games.
Yeah.
So and I don't get their schedules. I don't get their football schedules till August.
Right.
So I'll probably be like a last minute planner of trying to see if I can find a week that I'm not, because like the high school games are Friday nights, and we've talked privately about my high schooler. He won as of right now the varsity starting running back. He's the varsity starting running back.
That's awesome.
After everything that happened last year, it's kind of like his spot to lose at this point.
Super exciting.
So I obviously want to go support him at his games. And then Saturdays are my younger 2, but my littlest one starts his first year of tackle this year. So
yeah, you don't want to miss any of that. It's all so important.
It's so hard. It's so hard to choose. And I miss their games because I have conflicting games. Sometimes they'll have the same game at the same time, and I flip a coin. Yeah. I literally flip a coin and have them call it, and then that's whose game I go to.
That's how you got to do it. That's how you got to do it.
I'll figure it out. But my youngest will start tackle, and that's a rough first year. And he's a quarterback, so that's going to be even more hysterical.
That's awesome. How fun. Did you know that Nick started off in Pop Warner playing quarterback?
No, did he?
Yeah, he played quarterback, and then he played running back. And then he went from there to playing wide receiver, and he just balled out at all three positions. And then in his later years of Pop Warner, and actually through high school, he played wide receiver also and DB. He played both ways. So it wasn't until college that he became just solely a DB.
Now was that his choice or the coach's choice? Did he just decide he likes being a DB better?
You know what? He got a lot of encouragement from his dad, who I think I've shared with you before is really involved in football training. He's got a company called Armed and Dangerous Football. He primarily trains quarterbacks and wide receivers in the NFL. And like Jordan Love is one of his clients. He's been his personal coach since Jordan was in high school. Keenan Allen, he trained him since he was a kid. Was his private coach. So he's had a lot of really good clients. And he encouraged Nick to hone in on his DB skills, because he said your chances of making it will be greater if you are a skilled DB, because the wide receivers and quarterbacks is they're dime a dozen.
Yeah.
But for someone to have the skills, the true skills of a DB, like Nick has and the other guys on our team, that's a rare skill. I mean, they have to hone in on certain, backpedaling technique and all of that stuff. So he said your chances would be greater. Didn't give him any false promises or anything, but just said you'd have a better chance. So Nick went with it and loved what he did and took it all the way. So
no, that's awesome.
And here we are.
Which he could have been like, Dad, you're an idiot. No, just because you're my dad. But that's awesome that's awesome. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a big fan of not just I love that they are talking about switching Nick, also putting him in some safety positions and just utilizing more than one strength that these guys have.
Yeah, for sure.
They can do. Because you see what happens when you don't have a good back, Eli Apple. You see what happens is you get torched, and the receivers are a dime a dozen. But when they run a 4-3 and you can't backpedal, you can't pivot, you can't transition, you can't run with them, bad things happen. But if you have a guy back there that knows those skills, has some speed, obviously, no one's going to catch Tyreek Hill, but can do that, it can change a game. Or can locate. One thing I've noticed too is if you can locate where the ball is going to be, because maybe Josh Allen's throwing an interception, shocker, and you can locate that he's not going to throw it to his receiver's hands, and you can get up there and play. You change the momentum of a game.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, the DBs can even throw a receiver off at the line with their little chicken fights. They have a way of doing their little swoosh, 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 all the things. That's why Nick and a lot of the DBs do a lot of boxing and learn techniques of kind of almost like jiu-jitsu techniques, where they're swaying and using their arms in a certain way to kind of mix up the rhythm of the wide receiver. And that can throw off a play. Actually, it can delay a play. It can throw it off. They have to be careful too. You can also get a penalty depending on how it's done. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different techniques that they can use to, benefit the play. But Nick, as far as he's cross-trained in pretty much everything, and that's great to have that versatility. It's also great. We've got deep benches on all the positions, which I'm so excited about the team this year, especially. I think we've got a great team. We've got a solid backup. We've got a deep bench. And in the event, God-forsaken event of having an injury or something, knock on wood, we've got people to back them up that can just step in and do the job as well.
Now, have you had a chance to meet any of the rookies?
I wasn't out there when they had their rookie week, but I will tell you this. 2 of the undrafted rookies were from UTEP, where Nick went to school. Excuse me.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, one of them is offensive lineman, Andrew Meyer, And Gavin Hardison is a quarterback. He was the quarterback for UTEP. He was brought on as an undrafted free agent. And Nick said it was really cool when they first got there. He said it just reminded him exactly of when he first started as an undrafted free agent rookie in 2019. And he pulled both of them aside and gave them a pep talk and encouragement and said, because he had met them before. And he's like, dude, I know what you're going through. And it's a whole different league, whole different ballpark here. And just, believe in yourself and all the stuff that you need to say. But he said it was really cool meeting them. And it just felt nice to know that other people are coming from UTEP.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
There was a large list because I immediately, and I thought of you because immediately after like the draft ended, the list of free agents, undrafted free agents started coming out. And I remember our first talk and you're like, yeah, as soon as the draft ended for Nick, his phone was blowing up. And it was just wild because I'm like, some of these guys signed so fast that I'm like, there's no way they weren't talking to them before the draft ended.
Oh, for sure.
So
those conversations are happening all throughout the draft and even prior to the draft. I mean, the agents, they have a good agent. The agent's going to know which team will be the best fit for them in free agency because you don't want to go just to any team that you're not going to play or not have a chance to make the roster. They're going to want you to go to the places where it's going to be the best fit.
Yeah, see, that's like, I love that. I think that's great. I think having a great agent and a great manager to surround yourself with seems like two vital, positions to fill in your personal life that you can trust and that actually care about you as a player and furthering you.
Sure.
But I love seeing I'm a big fan of undrafted free agents, obviously because of my love for Cameron Wake, who was my earlier Xavier Howard. Because talent can come anywhere, and
absolutely.
That you don't have to be one of the draft picks. That the tight end that we signed, Hayden Rucci.
Mm-hmm.
I really like him. I was watching his film, and he just reminds me of Travis Kelce.
Cool. Yeah.
Not fully, but I like him, and we all know, we all want McDaniel to start putting some tight ends on that field. But yeah, it's exciting, and I love that part of the draft. Obviously, I didn't. How did you feel about the draft? Because the Dolphins Twitter went wild during the draft. I mean, I had to step back because people were at each other's throats.
Yeah, it got kind of crazy. I didn't get involved in any of that, or I watched a little bit of it, but I think I may have mentioned to you one of my dearest girlfriends, who's also a UTEP mom. Her son was in the draft, and actually they didn't expect him to be drafted. They thought he'd be an undrafted free agent. We were hoping that it would be with the Dolphins, to be honest with you, because the Dolphins scout even went to his pro day and was the first coach to go and talk to him. So we were like, oh my God, this might mean that we get to travel together. She and I were being super selfish about it. But the good news is that he got drafted in the 6th round by the Buccaneers. So super excited. So I was actually going through the whole draft process with her. And the phone, she lives up in Mount Baldy. So the phone calls, text messages back and forth. The second he got that call, I'm not kidding you, with a couple seconds, she called me and she was bawling her head off. And it was this kind of same thing that I went through with Nick. And I got her ready for it. So she's super excited. Yeah.
And the good news is that she's going to be close. I mean,
where's Tampa Bay though? From Miami? Is that
Tampa to Miami is maybe 2 hours.
Oh, really?
It's not far.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay, I'm not really good at maps, but I didn't really.
I haven't lived in Florida in several years, like 20. Okay. Hold on, watch. I'll Google this right now. Tampa Bay, Florida. I swear it's only 2 hours because I'm from Fort Myers. Maybe it's closer to 3. Okay. But it's been a while.
Because I know I went to Orlando, took the train. We took the Bright Line train. It was so much fun to Orlando, and that was about a 3.5 hour little journey. I'll put this phone down.
All right, Tampa Bay to Miami, Florida. Why is it outside of my? Oh, this is being stupid.
Because that would be super cool if I got to hang out with her and doing that, but.
Okay, it is. Oh, it's 4 hours. Okay. Yeah. No, that's not.
But yeah, that's not bad. But back to the draft thing. I mean, I love watching the draft. I love watching it on TV. I love all the stories, the backstories of the players. There were some amazing stories this time around, and I'm so excited for all the young men that make it, whether it's drafted first round or drafted seventh round or undrafted free agent. These kids have worked their freaking asses off their entire life to get to where they are. And to have that dream come true. I mean, I've lived it with Nick, so I know there's nothing like it. I mean, it's so overwhelming, but it's so exciting, and we're so grateful we got to go through the experience. But I also love watching other people go through it. It just brings a lot of joy.
I love watching the phone calls. I don't care what team.
Yeah.
Like that moment where, not when they're in the studio, like when they're sitting on their couch.
Yeah, with the family. Yeah.
And you see it and you hear it. And it's like the one that really touched me this year. And I literally teared up. Did you see the one where he was at his best friend's funeral?
Yes.
And he got the call. That one, yeah. I had chills. I was like, what a beautiful moment for him, and all the emotions and the feelings. That one really got me. That one this year really, really got me. I'm really pulling for that kid.
It's amazing. There's so many stories. I think people tend to forget that despite how wrapped up these guys are in football, they all have regular lives too.
And they're stuff.
Yeah, they're young.
They're young kids.
They're very young. I mean, and to be on an NFL team, first and foremost, that's so overwhelming. But they've got stuff going on in their lives too. They have, births, deaths, illnesses, you name it. All that stuff, life still keeps going on. And so there's a lot of backstories. The story I thought that was cute too, with I forget which one of the Dolphins said he accidentally hung up on Greer. Did you see that? That was so funny.
I didn't see that one.
Oh my gosh. Greer was like, I think he just hung up on me because he thought they were done with the conversation, I guess, and he was celebrating with his family. But
he's probably overwhelmed. I mean, it's
and I think Greer was passing the phone to McDaniel, and he's like, I think he just hung up, dude. Like that was quick, but it was really cute. He was just so excited, and
I can't imagine.
I'm thrilled for all of them, and I have the utmost respect for all the guys that made it, and even the guys that went through the process, because to get to that point where you're even considered for it, you're still in that top percentage. And I'm not one to really put too much weight into for round 1 or round 7, because I've seen guys picked in the first round that ended up being not that good. And I've seen guys that didn't get drafted that turned out to be stars and playmakers. And you know what? If they get their chance to put their feet on that field, I always encourage all of them that I've come in contact with, if you get that opportunity to stand on that field and show what you can do, show what you can do. Don't waste a single second of it. Don't get wrapped up in the moment. Just do what you have done, what you know how to do, and show them what you can do. So I think they all deserve to be out there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I love it. And I do, because how many times have the Dolphins had a first round bust and we're like, Greer can't draft. And then we have undrafted free agent with Nick. We have Cameron Wake, who walk on and dominate. It doesn't matter. Talent is talent. And I agree. And take advantage of it while you can. That's all.
Absolutely. I have to crack up right now because I have to keep flipping this thing out because text messages are coming in from one of my girlfriends that I went to rehab with. She was my roommate in rehab. You may know that I was in a rehab situation.
Yes.
About a year, 6 months, and 24 days today.
That's
so,
awesome.
yay. But anyway, her name is Julie. She's the one that we went to Germany together, and she's a football fanatic, and she's already booking us flights.
She's like,
because I just got a text that said I just booked us Seattle. So I'm like, I didn't even know I was going. So I guess I'm going to Seattle
Well, you're going to, sorry, so you're definitely going to Seattle. You're going to LA. You're coming to MetLife with me.
Yeah.
So look at us just scheduling for you.
Let's go. I'm all in. Trust me, I'll make it work.
Oh, Ben wants to say hi to you because I talk about you a lot.
Hi, Ben. How are you, buddy?
Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. How old are you?
7.
7. And you're playing football these days?
Who's
Little
your favorite
bit?
team?
The Dolphins.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's really cool. Well,
right.
Keep working hard and do good in school, okay?
All right, you go get ready for bed. He was
Nice. What a cutie.
he was like, can I come on the show? And I'm like, you can come on mine.
I love kids. I love them.
Well, I was like, yeah. He's like, can I say hi to Nick's mom? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, she doesn't know me. I'm like, I talk about you all the time. Like, she'll know about you. So I figured you were a safe guest to
yes
to talk to. Although he's way past his bedtime. Let's all be honest here.
Oh my gosh,
the school night for him. But they love when I podcast because then they just stay up later because I'm doing this.
Oh
later.
Yeah.
All right. So, hi, John.
Hi, John.
We're saying hi. All right. So everyone's confirming it is 4 hours. Tampa Bay to Miami about 4 hours. You guys can meet halfway though, too.
4 hours. Okay.
4 or 5. You guys can make something work.
We'll make it work somehow. We got it.
Country. And have her come. Tomorrow I'm actually going to be for my second time on a Bucks podcast.
Are you? Oh, cool.
Yeah, these great guys called Buck What You Heard, and they invited me on because they have a goal, which I love. This offseason, they want one fan from every fan base on their show just to talk things.
That's cool.
And I was the Dolphin. Cool. I was the Dolphin representative, so I'll have to ask them.
Ask them about Eli Klein. Elijah Klein.
I'm gonna have to ask them because we'll see how the Buck fans feel. I'm sure they're all excited because.
Yeah. Oh my God! And he's such a nice young man. He's so nice. He's super smart, and he's a baller. He's gonna make it for sure.
You know who? This is hated territory, but. Have you seen the Bills, the Bills guy, Keon?
Wait.
Oh my God. He's been doing these press conferences that are like.
I don't think I've seen. Anytime I see Bill stuff, I just swipe.
Keon Coleman. All right. Keon Coleman. This kid has probably the best personality that I've seen. Like, answer. They asked him about a jacket and he was like, I got this on Macy's because my mom told me to buy things off season because they're like half off.
I did see that. I did watch that one. He seems like he's got a cute personality.
I keep seeing like these. They were asking him like his favorite snacks, and he went on for like 10 minutes about like he just. I hate him because he's a Bill, but like he just seems like a very nice young man.
That's cool.
Of course, he could have went. Buffalo doesn't. Buffalo will change him, but he seems like. Just like a nice, wholesome guy. I can't. Raph wants to know: does Nick play Fortnite?
He does, or he did. I don't know if he's still playing it. He was so addicted to Fortnite. So yes. I don't know what his screen name is. He plays PS5. Plays PlayStation.
Tariq's big with Fortnite. Does Nick play with Fortnite?
He plays Fortnite, but he also plays FIFA and he plays what's the basketball one? 2K or whatever the basketball. Yeah. There's Madden. He plays Madden because he's in it, so he likes to play with himself.
He plays the Dolphins and he plays himself.
Absolutely. So yeah, but he does play Fortnite and he's good at it. He's really good at all video games. I'm not proud to say that as his mom. At one point, I heard while he was in college, he was ranked. I said, ranked amongst you guys? And they said, no, he's ranked in the world for playing FIFA soccer. So I said, I don't want to hear any more of that. He's in
You know what?
college.
There's worse things he could be doing than sitting in his dorm room till 4 a.m. playing FIFA.
That's true. But you know what? For these guys and on even the NFL guys, a lot of their kind of release time and kind of unwinding is to just stay at home and play video games. They just kind of mindless, relax. It's easy. They don't have to deal with anybody. They can just kind of take it down. So yeah, he still plays a lot of video games with his friends back home.
Eugene is one of my Bucks guys, and he says Klein is having a great camp.
Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah. Oh, he's such a nice guy, Eugene. His mom, Sarah, and I are just besties. She's amazing. You're going to see a lot of her.
Now, did you tell her about the trick to get his face on a stick? Because she's got to steal that.
Oh yeah. I'm giving her all the tricks of the trade. So she's very similar to me in the stand. So very, very,
have her join Buck's Twitter.
She will. Yeah, she'll definitely. She's a school teacher, so she doesn't have a whole lot of time for social media, but she said she wants to meet as many people as she can. She's a single mom. She's very, very pretty, tall. She's very tall. She's like 5'11", I think.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a basketball player in college. She played for Concordia University. But yeah, she's so nice. Their whole family, really great family.
Well, I love this. I love hearing like the stories and everything like that. It's like warming, and it's so great to see and to hear and talk about, especially for like the younger kids now that are coming up. It's just I just love seeing people like achieve their dreams, because I feel like not everybody sees the background of it. Like the ugly. You see like the shiny, you see them there, you see where they made it. But I feel like people sometimes you need to talk about the ugly so people understand like it took blood, sweat, and tears to get here.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of not ugly, I will share a little secret with you. It's not a secret. I was just talking to Nick a little while ago before I got on here, and I had to ask him if he had met Odell yet. And I said, did you meet Odell yet? And he said, yeah, I met him at practice. And I go, what's he like? He goes, oh no, he's totally cool. He goes, everybody's saying that we look alike. And now that I think of it, and I've seen pictures of them, so they do look a lot alike.
Wait, hold on.
They both have the exact same beard. I think that's all it is. They look like they could be brothers.
I'm pulling up OBJ and Nick Needham now. Well, is OBJ, he doesn't still have the blonde hair, so that's
I don't think so. Yeah.
Right, hold on, let's pull up pictures. I'm zooming in on pictures of your son's face. Give me a second.
Yeah, Nick's got that nice big beard.
Not to make you feel weird.
No, that's okay. But I thought about it and I was like, yeah, you guys actually do.
I can kind of see it. It is the beard. You're right. If OBJ's beard is a little more trimmed.
Yeah.
And Nick's is a little wilder. So if
Nick's is too wild. God.
If Nick trimmed it.
Hi, Jason from New Mexico.
Yeah, I can actually see it. Like, I wouldn't say like exactly alike, but like
similarity.
I can see it. I never would have. Now I'm never going to unsee it now.
That's funny. But yeah, he said that I think even some of the coaches, they almost accidentally called Odell Nick, even though he's Odell Beckham. So
does Nick wear a white pimp suit when he goes places? Did you see Odell's white pimp suit?
I did not.
Press conference, it looked very similar to the one Jalen Ramsey wore.
Okay.
Like, all white. And the way he was wearing it with the chain, I was like, if he doesn't walk away with a pimp cane, like,
was this from the Met Gala? Was he at the Met Gala?
No, this was at his Dolphins press conference.
Oh, you're kidding! Oh no, because I think he went to the Met Gala. I think with Duke Riley. I think those two are friends.
I didn't. That was his date. I didn't realize that was his date.
I don't know if that was his date, but I know that they're good. I know they're good friends. Both.
Wait, hold on. yeah, hold on. I'm going to show you this picture. I don't know.
Yeah, Nick is definitely not a suit guy, period. I had to force him to get a second suit. The first suit I bought him for the draft. The second suit I bought him last year. I bought him with some Vegas winnings that I got. I had one pretty big in Vegas.
I love that.
And it's always been a tradition. Whenever I win money, I always split it with him, even to this day. So I said, I'm not going to give you any money because you have enough money. I said, but I would like to buy you a suit because you need some grown-up clothes. And I took him to Men's Warehouse and he got a beautiful black suit. But I doubt you'll ever see him in that.
All right, look, this is, let me see if I can hold this up. This is OBJ's. It looks just like the one that Jalen Ramsey did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Here, wait, hold on. Here's like
flashy. Ooh, very flashy.
Tell me he doesn't need a cane.
Yeah. That's the look. Well, there were quite a few lookers at the draft too. I was checking out a lot of those outfits. I was screenshotting them and texting them to Nick, like yay or nay. I kept getting nay.
They're calling the Miami Vice outfit. That's so true. Oh, I watched the draft with my teenager, and so he's still in like, terrible teenage fashion. But even he was like, I would never wear that. What are they doing? But then the one guy opened his suit, and like there were pictures all on the inside, I think, of like him. My son did say that was really cool.
That is pretty cool.
Like all the Pop Warner college, like high school
memories. Like, that's pretty cool.
That was cool. But yeah, some of the suits, my son was like, I would never wear that. And so I'm like, I don't know. Bold choices. Bold choices.
Well, I went last year to the ESPY Awards with one of my girlfriends, and we saw Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. They were wearing white suits with no shirts on underneath them. It was so douchey. I'm sorry. With big diamond chains, like old lady chains. And it looked.
I feel like they do it just for the reaction.
I think so, because there's no way in this planet that someone can look in the mirror and say, "This looks good." Okay, let's go. Let's leave. Are we ready? No way. It did not look good.
Some of Travis Kelce's outfits look like something the Golden Girls would have worn.
He needs a new stylist. I do think they're trying to do on purpose to make him just look stupid. And they've achieved it.
I think he's toned down a bit when he's with Taylor. It's when he's not with her that I think that he gets a little more wild, I guess, because she's pretty low key with a lot of what she does, but also like she makes me feel lazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how she does everything that she does. I struggle to work my desk job.
Well, when you have a whole staff of people doing everything for you, including your hair, nails, makeup, washing your hair. I say any of us could do it. Trust me.
If I had a chef, a nutritionist, and a personal trainer, it'd be over.
Yeah.
If I could afford the Botox and the filler and the lipo, and if I could do it all, I'd be a whole other woman.
Yeah, you and me both. Just the chef. Oh my God.
If I just had like a nutritionist / chef, that would solve like 90% of anyone's weight problems because food is my weakness.
Hey, Golden Girls.
Listen, I may pull it out I have a Golden Girls outfit. I call it the Golden Girls outfit, but it's a 2-piece.
Okay.
It is white, silky. It has palm trees all over it, and I love that thing with all of my heart. Will I get hit on? No. Maybe if I went to a senior center. Absolutely, actually, if I went to a senior center.
Yeah.
Funny story. I have my sneakers when I go to the working out. They're my Dolphin shoes. I mean, these are as bright in real life.
I have some like that too. Cute.
There will never be a man between the ages of 85 to 90 that doesn't stop me and comment on my shoes when I wear them. Like the old men love these sneakers.
Yeah.
I get stopped every time by like a very old man. They love these fancy things, and
I just love bright shoes. I love bright shoes.
well, I like to do my hot girl walks, and I do those out around the neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
And so my thing is like, you won't miss me. Like when it starts to get dawn and stuff, like you're gonna see me wherever
Hot girl walks. I love that.
I love that. Somebody coined it like years ago. And so instead of being like, I'm going to go exercise, I tell the kids, they call it, I'm like, I'm going on a hot girl walk, put my headphones on, and it's like my me time. Get you. Yeah, a military boot camp, I would never, listen, if I had a trainer, yeah, I'd be in fantastic shape too. Because do I go to the gym and know what I'm doing 100% of the time? No. But listen, we're there. We're trying. And
I have a little home gym in my garage that my sister that lives downstairs in my same building. We go every morning at 6 a.m. We go for a walk down to the beach. We do a walk, and then we come back and we work out just for 30 minutes with a bunch of different exercise machines that we've bought from thrift stores. We've got like a rowing machines. We've got a stationary bike. We've got this little twisty thing that's so stupid. And Nick, before he left to go back for OTAs, was over here, and he came in the garage and he tried out some of the things. He's like, Mom, this is so stupid. He goes, you got to do more than this. I said, calm down, slow your roll. I'm doing something. And
it makes you happy.
And yes, we have it decorated with super goofy little album covers from old 60s and 50s, like super, how do you call it, where they're sexualizing women, just as a joke. It's all these really like party girl and just these, it's so silly, but it's just our time. It's fun. I look forward to it every morning.
I love that. Well, it makes you feel better. So when I started the gym, like, I don't know, I've been going maybe for 2 months consistently. I started very low on all the weights because obviously I didn't know what I could do on the weights. And I went to my son, this was like a couple days ago, and I was like, I am leg pressing 155. And to me, I'm leg pressing more than my weight. Like that to me was like a big thing. I was like, I started at 50. I'm now up at 155. And he looks at me and he's like, isn't that cute?
Isn't that cute?
And I was like, well, what do you do? And he's like, we don't really like leg press, like when they're like at the school doing lifts or whatever. And he started taking creatine and whatever. But I was like, kind of rude to be like, that's cute.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's annoying. Well, I think I've told you before, I have so much hardware in my body from some major surgeries that I've had. I had spinal reconstruction. So I have type 2 titanium rods that go all the way through my spine. So I can't bend my torso. So I like to use that as my excuse for why I don't do sit-ups. But Nick's like, Mom, you should do leg lifts. Here, I've got some leg lifts. You need to work more on your core. I mean, so I don't ever get a free pass. It doesn't matter what type. I have artificial knees. Mom, then don't do this. You should be doing this. I mean, I'm like, dude, you're a professional athlete. Get out of my face. Mom is good. I'm 60. Okay.
You should put something in him, and you should tell him, like when he does it, like, oh, that's cute. That little bit of weight.
That's cute. Yeah, that's cute.
Just do that, because I felt some type of way about that. Because like I was like, you tell me what you're lifting, because my new goal, is to outlift
you.
I won't be able to probably because he's a running back and you
never know though. Us girls have strong legs.
He's got some quads, but I was like, my new goal in life is to beat the 16-year-old.
1 pound greater than he does. Do it.
1 pound. My goal in life.
Yes.
So that's awesome. Like, that's cute. I'm like, I was looking for like, oh, good job, Mom. Like, happy for you, Mom.
I'll never get it. I'll never get it from Nick. Nick's so hard on me. I love it though. He keeps me on task. I pushed him for a long time to keep being the best person he could be. And he's doing it to me now. So I appreciate him. And I respect the hell out of him for how hard he works. Even practices, he even does stuff after practice. He's got a full gym at his new place. Does stuff there, gets treatment, he's doing everything. He's like, this is my year. This is my year.
I love that.
So,
Well, I love you saying that too, because I think a lot of people don't realize that just because you made it to the NFL, like they're not just like people see Tyreek like just goofing off and like he's working, like he's doing things, but like you're seeing his downtime, which you need.
Yeah.
But I think that's great because there's no off season for these guys to stay in that physical shape.
Ever.
So I think it's good to hear about that they're working and they are they may not post it, but they are, determined. And I like hearing that Nick maybe has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder after Fangio and
big time. And it's not just from Fangio, it's just the whole situation. Like the fact that he got injured, it's just like, what the F? Right in the middle. He was doing so well. And then, but we try to always look at things in the positive way. Yeah, let's freaking go, Forty. You bet. 40, Raphael, I'm with you. We try to just look at things in the positive way. Like when he went down with his injury and has had all this a lot of time off, his entire body has healed. So he's coming out like a brand new guy. Like everything feels better. I mean, because you guys see that just the injury that's, people focus on like, oh, so-and-so hurt their knee or they hurt their ankle or their foot. It might just be one body part, but I guarantee you all of these guys on these teams, their entire body hurts. Every weekend it hurts.
Sure.
You're a grown ass man and you're throwing your entire body, you're throwing it at another grown ass man. In midair, you're
bigger than you.
smashing into each other. So think about, their shoulders, their back, their necks, their everything. So he's had it will have been when they start their first game, he will have had almost 2 years of complete healing. And that's a great thing. So we see it as a blessing. It's his what do you want to call it? It's the comeback, but it's kind of like the redo of Nick. He's going to come out swinging.
No, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see it. I think that him, Ramsey, Poyer, we'll see who else wins that spot. If it's maybe Fuller or, any of the young guys who I'm excited to see what they do. I'm excited to see them come out and play. I can't wait for, Phillips and Chubb to get healthy.
For sure.
Or redemption arcs. I think it is a huge, it's going to be a big year. I'm excited. I want to see high energy. I expect them to be hungry after the way the season ended.
So. You'll see it. You're going to see it.
Ended, that's how I want to see it. And I kind of like to know that, you're going to, so are you going to send the cookies in before the games this year? How is that going to work? Are you going to overnight FedEx them? Like, how are they getting the cookies?
Well,
is Nick going to make them? Are you going to give them the recipe?
Well, for the home, I'm going to try to make it to, believe it or not, I'm going to try to make it to those games and get there so I can make the cookies there. We'll figure out a way. I gotta do it because it was kind of a staple in their pre-game meetings.
Like a tradition. I love that.
Yeah. And I've been doing that since he was in Pop Warner, making cookies for the team. So we're even doing a football camp at the end of next month here in Buena Park with his friend Jalen Hawkins. And this is their third annual one. And all the people from Buena Park remember all the cookies that I used to make and bring to the high school game. So they're like, are you bringing cookies? So we'll have cookies at the camp too for anybody that's going. So
why don't you tell them? So when is the camp?
Yes, it's on June 22nd here in Southern California. It's at Buena Park High School. And that's where Nick graduated high school. Nick went to 3 different high schools, but that was his final senior year. And one of his best friends that he went to high school with, who was a year younger than him, Jalen Hawkins, initially played for the Falcons for 3 years. And then he got signed last year by the Chargers, just played 1 season with them. And now he just got signed with the Patriots. So he will be a Patriot this year. He's a safety, and I know. But he and Nick talk every single night, and he's just the, let's see, I feel lucky hearing Nick has, yep, Nick does have a chip on his shoulder. I get butterflies thinking about it too. But yeah, Jalen's awesome. Nick is, they're going to have this great camp. It's free. It's from 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock, I think. They have the first session is for ages or grades 3 through, it's like 3rd grade through 8th grade, I think. And the 9th, 10th, 11th, 9th through 12th is in the afternoon. And we always have guests, other guest coaches from the NFL. Last year, Aaron Jones's twin brother, Alvin, was there, Jones, who also played in the NFL. But Aaron Jones from the Packers, who's now with the Vikings, he was there 2 years ago coaching all the kids at our camp. And it's just so much fun. We have a DJ. We have free t-shirts for all the kids. Drug Free World is an organization that comes out and gives out goodie bags and information to all the kids about staying away from drugs. And we love that. Yeah. So it's a really fun event.
I love that.
Spread the word. It's free.
I'll spread it. I wish I would be there. If I didn't live in the country, I would be there. Everyone around here, all the Eagle players are charging for their camps.
That's great.
Tyree charging like $1,000
for
speed camps. But Swift has one. It's actually not bad. His is like $75.
Okay.
But
this is kind of different. Buena Park is kind of a lower income area. The guys want to give back to the community. The city of Buena Park just appreciates it so much. And we have, it was packed last year. We maxed out. I think there were over 200 kids. And so that was really cool. And it's just, the guys just love it. They want to do something. And their agency, Athletes First, who represents both Nick and Jalen. Jalen just recently signed with them too. But Athletes First, they represent Aaron Rodgers too.
Just the connections are here. Nick just,
what the heck? What am I thinking?
Find the right ear.
Yeah, what am I thinking? Same agency. I should have some kind of hookup. But I just want to have a conversation with him. That's all.
Well, listen, I'm not saying anything. I was just simply saying it would be nice to have a conversation with him. You and Aaron Rodgers completely different than me and Nick Bosa. I acknowledge that. I'm trying to marry Nick.
Aaron Rodgers and I would have some political discussions and some discussion about world issues, and I really respect the heck out of him. Plus for him being an NFL player, he's awesome.
I 100% do not want to hear Nick Bosa speak. Everybody who says something about Nick, I do not want to hear him speak.
No talking, please.
Yeah, I don't
say less.
Just shut up and look pretty, right? Isn't that what you tell women? So I always tell them, shut up and look pretty and flex your arms.
Oh boy.
Have you not seen him work out like the warm-ups?
Yeah, no.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, you'll see it. Okay. You'll understand. You'll have a front row seat.
Gotcha.
Send me video.
Oh my God, so funny. Yeah. No, I just think he's an interesting guy. I'd love to have a conversation. I love talking with people. So I think
a lot of these players are too. And I love like what Nick is doing, using your platform for good, for helping, for the community. I think that I love that, because it's like, don't forget, don't get too big for your britches. Don't, kind of remember, I love a humble man. I love a humble person who just genuinely just wants to make the world a better place. Yeah. I love that, and I respect it so much.
Yeah. Nick's a really kind young man. A lot of people say that. I have people come up to me all the time telling me that, and I'm so proud of him for that, because he truly is just a really kind person. He's got such a chill, mellow disposition all the time. His mannerisms, everything, he's just super chill. Everybody says the same thing. Like, God, he's so chill. I've never seen him get angry about anything except for his injury and, fighting back into the onto the field. But he's so happy to be out there at OTAs right now. Oh my God. His whole mental state is so much better. Yeah, they're having a great time. It hasn't gotten super serious yet as far as the hardcore, drills and training. Next week, he said, is when there's going to be doing a lot more, hardcore stuff.
Okay, so they're kind of just, I guess, heat.
Now it's getting to know the players, doing some drills. They're doing training. They're kind of doing some training stuff. But next week they'll be doing a lot of plays and playbook and classroom and all that stuff, because the whole team will be together with the rookies and the veterans.
Okay. Oh, see, that's interesting to know.
Yeah. See, the first week it's voluntary, just so you know that too. Not all the guys have been going to OTAs. It's the guys, they have that choice. You either go, you don't. Nick, of course, doesn't want to miss a second of it, because he's just so happy to be back out there. But not everybody's been going, but the whole team, I think, will be together next week.
Well, that's good. I like when they go. I don't know. I just feel like it shows a little bit of but then again, I also understand, especially the ones with families, that maybe you want to spend that last couple weeks with the family before it starts, especially with young kids.
They're going to get a break. They're going to get a break in June. They get a break in June. So he'll have almost the entire month of June off, almost about 3 weeks. So they'll get that time before summer camp starts in July.
Oh, well, that's good then. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like not seeing them get back, because it just means football's back. It's getting there. We're getting.
Oh, it's going to happen so quick before we know it. We'll be gone. So
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me. That was fun talking to you.
It's been over an hour. I just gotta get kids to bed. Tell everybody where they can find you.
As far as where? In my kitchen? Right now I'm in my kitchen.
No, social media. If people want to follow you, you're a fun follow.
I don't know. I always have to put the disclaimer out there. You follow me at your own risk, always. I have very strong opinions on things in the world. It's not just because I'm following a group or think that something's cool. It's because I've done my research and I've lived a lot of experiences in this life and gone through a lot of things. So I have very strong opinions, and I feel that this is the time to stand up for a lot of things that people have kind of been ignoring in our world. I'm not doing it just for myself. I'm doing it for my son and for my future grandchildren. Not yet, Nick. Not yet. We're not ready for that.
Not yet. You left something out of it.
Yes, no, not yet. But I cannot wait to be a grandma. I cannot wait to be a grandmother. So when that day comes, I just have very strong opinions, and it's not to offend anybody. So I always like to give that disclaimer. Feel free to follow me. I'm at FinMom40. It's pretty easy. FinMom40. And that's pretty much my name on Instagram as well, and Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. But on Facebook, I think I'm just Shannon Needham. So it's super boring.
Well,
I really only joined Facebook because I was selling some stuff on the marketplace. Otherwise, I can't stand Facebook.
I love Facebook Marketplace, by the way.
Yeah,
I love the marketplace.
I just sold a bunch of stuff for Nick on that and offered up. So
I love Facebook Marketplace. I use that personally. I have everybody knows, as always, you guys can find me at doll_fan72 on I'm also a wild one over on Twitter for different reasons.
Yes.
I've
seen
I just post things that come to my mind. I have a middle school boy's sense of humor. All right. I like to stir the pot. I don't like to take it too seriously over there. So don't ever think that I'm taking anything seriously, because I'm not. I like to just have fun. And
have fun.
It's kind of just like a little break from reality.
For sure.
I love that. It'll be, once the season turns to football, it'll be 90% football again.
Yeah.
It's just the off season. I have nothing else to talk about other than random things that pop into my head that I think are funny.
Yeah.
Or funny experiences, like when my pants rip at the gym.
Yeah.
Just, it's a life.
For sure.
As always, fins up. And
fins up. Love it.
Everybody.
Thanks, everybody. That was fun, doll.
Bye.
See ya.